With the True School Hip Hop.
Yes, sir.
Introduce yourself for the people.
What's going on? This is Chuckle Up Freeze, Soundview Projects. We're going to talk about the legacy of Disco King Mario from the beginning.
Okay.
Well, almost the beginning, because I was a baby back then.
Okay.
All right, my clique, we was from Soundview. It was me, Mr. Freeze, and Little Starsky, Little Akbar.
Okay.
We used to steal lawn mowers, and we used to take the engines off and make these mini bikes.
Okay.
So all the projects heard about what we was doing. They was fascinated with it. So Mario came over to Soundview.
Okay.
So Mario's the one that brought us here.
Right.
Jazzy J, before he was a DJ, his cousin Biggie lived in Soundview too. And this before he was doing music too.
Right.
When he seen us doing the mini bike thing, he built a pedal bike with the shots on it and all that.
Okay.
But Jazzy J and Sundance stepped off and they came to Mario. They was doing music with Mario. Mario had brought me in. At that time, I was just like carrying crates and, you know, records just to get in junior high school.
What years was this? You saying the bikes and all that? What years is this?
Ooh, 74, 5.
74, 5.
We was babies, man.
Right.
We was kids, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So Mario, for some reason, me and Mario got real cool. Me, him, and Little Starsky.
Okay.
Jazzy J, let me tell you the crew that was down with Mario first. Master Ice was down for the Jazzy 5, was down with Mario. MC Sundance, Jazzy J, Charlie Chu, Master B, me, and Little Starsky. Little Starsky went on, actually everybody, they went and got down with Bam. You know what I'm saying? And I stayed with Mario. And Bam renamed Starsky Akbar. You know what I'm saying? So Bam, what happened was Bam was doing a school project or whatever. He went away to Africa. He came back with his name. When he came back with his name, he came to Mario and he asked Mario, can he borrow his sound system so he could start throwing parties, so he could throw his first party. And Mario's thing was, yo, you better not let nobody take my set. Now Mario was strong out here. Right. Because Soundview Center used to have the karate school in Soundview Center. Okay. So then Bronxdale got their karate school over here too. So Mario had his, he had a serious goon squad. He had a serious goon squad. I mean, straight official, but they used to protect the neighborhood. Right. But they was wild. Right. So shout out to my man Karate Pete. You know what I mean? The foundation with Mario was also, his crew was Tex D, DJ Ronnie Ron. Right. He was the one that did all the equipment, the sound system stuff, and Desi Dez. Okay. Those are the first that I knew when I first met over here. Mario brought me over here to the crib, and it was mad ill over there. But I was young, but I was bugged. I didn't really care, you know what I'm saying? The music kept me coming, you know what I mean? So I came and Mario was good to me. So we started doing little block parties and shows right here where we at, the legendary Rosedale Park. Right. You know what I mean? This is where he did a lot of his shows. He also did shows in the middle of the center by his building. Okay. He used to put the wire out the window. And one of the parties we did was Evergreen and Watson. Okay. You know what I mean? But Mario had every DJ. He had every DJ at first. Jazzy J was down with him first. Bam was down with Mario first, because Mario is really the creator. So what happened was when Bam stepped off, Bam came to Mario and he told him about the Zulu Nation, and then they both had their separate entities. So really all of the people that was down with Mario, they went with Bam. And I stayed with Mario. And then when Mario started giving away his equipment and stuff, because he was starting to, at that time it was winding down. So he gave my man, Little Starsky, he gave him them street lights with the red, white, and green, the signal lights. Okay. That used to be part of his system. He gave that to James. He gave him some turntables and all that stuff too. And then Master Ice, they had the Jazzy 4. So I was rocking with everybody. I had the Rockzilla crew in Soundview, you know what I'm saying, with Kwame and DJ Warlock. You know, I was going downtown, wherever the music at, I was going. You know what I'm saying? What was this, like 78, 79? What was this? Yeah, because we was like 12, 13 years old. We was young, but I was big. You know what I'm saying? So when Mario's system, when he started, we stopped doing the DJ stuff, Bam had his whole crew. But first, Jazzy was down with Mario. Jazzy J was like the first DJ that he had to do tricks. You know what I'm saying? So then Jazzy J left, he went with Bam, and then Mario had when it was Theodore. Now when Theodore was down with Mario, this was before the L Brothers. Okay. You know what I mean? So Mean Gene was on his wild tip, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Mean Gene. But what happened was he came and he got Theodore away from Mario so they could start the L Brothers. So Mario and Theodore had like a major beef behind that too.
Oh yeah?
You know what I mean? They had cats looking for him, Theodore, for a long time and all that. You know what I mean?
Just because he left.
Yeah. And Mario was mad because he started this. You know what I'm saying? Jazzy J was his first DJ. It was his DJ first, then he went to Bam. Then Theodore stepped off. You know, so it was some conflict.
So you saying okay, so you saying Jazzy J started with Mario first.
Yes,
wow,
him and MC Sundance. Him and Sundance was down with Mario before me.
Was Bambaataa DJing at this time?
No.
He wasn't
not a
DJing.
DJ at that time. No, he wasn't a DJ.
What about Herc? Where was Herc?
They said Herc was uptown, but that, to me, that was a couple of years after Mario too. I'll be honest. Because Mario was the disco king. This is before the hip hop thing and everything. And Mario, let me tell you something. Back in the day, they had little DJs and stuff, but you couldn't bring your equipment outside. Because you would get jacked. You know what I mean? So, but Mario was one of the strongest. He could DJ anywhere. So DJs that wanted to come out, they used to come to Mario to get permission to come outside. And then they would use the Bronx style Mario muscle to watch the equipment so nothing happens to it.
So this is early hip hop. This is how it all started. So you would say Mario was the first to bring out music, the outside jams, yeah.
And especially like a humongous system, for sure. DJ Flowers, DJ Frog, all them cats from Queens. Mario brought them here.
Get out of here, yeah.
He brought them to Union High School 123. They came here on the strip for Mario. Mario invited them over. And I'll tell you, I was a kid, but I was well aware, and I was down because the gang element. You know what I'm saying?
Why? So, what, you ever heard of Cool DJ D?
Of course. That was my DJ too.
Oh yeah?
Cool DJ D, his brother Tyrone, MC Fever D, and Chantel. See, I remember when Bam came to Mario to borrow Mario's sound system.
Right.
To do his first party.
Right.
So that goes to show you that Mario was out first. If you go to Wikipedia or Google, it'll say that. It'll say Bam got his first sound system for Mario, and then what happened was Bam teamed up with Kevin, which is Superman. And Superman was building the speakers. So then he started building the speakers for the Zulu Nation. That's wild.
So if Mario was the first bringing out the equipment and outside jams and everything, why is that not more known in hip hop history?
But it's the same with all of it. Just like my group, the Jazzy 5.
Right.
We battled Cold Crush first. Kind of smashed them, you feel me?
Oh yeah?
So what happened was they didn't want to battle us no more. They started battling the Fantastic 5. That's how the whole Cold Crush Fantastic beef started.
What year did y'all battle?
Ooh, 80 in the Stardust Ballroom on Boston Road. It was the Jazzy 5 versus the Cold Crush Brothers and the Collins Brothers. The Collins Brothers was there too. But we battled, we went against them one time, and they didn't ever want to get on the stage with us no more. So they try to ostracize us, you feel me? They try to put us out of the picture. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they had their own little cliques, they did their own little thing, all right? They had their own cliques, they did their own thing, and they try to keep us out. Because we was real heavy, man. We repped this area. Mario put Bronxdale on a map. Mario brought us from Soundview over here, and we held it down. Trust me, we held this down. Because I'm going to tell you something. When we was the Jazzy 5, right? It was only the Furious 4. But we was so much of a threat that Flash and him got Raheem from the Funky 4 and put him and made the Furious 5. You know what I mean? Because Raheem was the singer, because we had the harmony. You know what I'm saying? We had the harmony, we had a singer, which was Master D. So when they seen how we was coming, they try to push us out the box, but that's when they put they put Raheem from the Funky 4 and they put him in the Furious 5. Because Raheem used to be down with the Funky 4 with Shy Rock, Keith, KK Rockwell, Lil Rodney C, Jazzy Jeff, and Shy Rock.
Okay.
Now Raheem's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame now with the Furious 5.
So back then at that time, you saying like Bronxdale and Soundview houses, it was close, it was connected, it was all fam.
We had the karate schools and all that. We had ninjas out here. This one, it was real ill out here. It was wow. Cozy Corner Bar had all the celebrities in there, but it was a killing zone. Soundview was actually like the murder capital of the Bronx at that time. So cats was in different areas was protecting themselves. So that's why the gang started coming together. That's why the karate started coming together, because of the strength of the certain areas like Soundview, Bronxdale, Bronx River. Castle Hill too was wild.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Had my man Taboo, Ladu, rest in peace. My man Azar. Word. Shout out Azar. Yo, the Rucker brothers, yo, they was ill. Castle Hill was actually, they was the grimiest.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the cats that'll steal your sneakers and then wear them shits, put them right back on their feet.
Yeah,
right there.
Castle Hill, yeah.
Yeah. They was on some real stick up shit.
What years is this, though?
Woo! 70s, man. I was
70s?
in junior high school.
Late 70s?
74.
Mid to late 70s?
Early 5, 6. Yeah.
Yeah?
You was in IS 174 when they first built it. That's when over here where you got skate key.
Right,
They got
Palace.
Skating Palace where we
Right.
used to do shows.
Soundmasters.
Yeah, the Soundmasters was out back then
Yeah.
too. Hell
Soundmaster crew,
yeah.
that's my nephew's here.
Soundman, right, that's Just Tyson, right?
Right.
My
That was
nephew,
Castle
Joe
Hill.
Rock. He was a
That was
DJ.
Castle Hill.
Yeah, Castle
Yeah.
Hill. 535.
We had a little thing in the Soundview. We had the Soundmasters on one side and us on the other. Yo, I
Yeah.
got mad and I unplugged their system.
So you remember Just Ice from way back?
Of course. Of course. Derek Bussum was there. Shout out. Yeah, man. All of them. But I'm telling you, the superpowers was Bronxdale, Soundview, Castle Hill. Then came Bronx River.
Oh, okay.
When Bronx River got really strong. Because of Bam organizing with the Zulus.
Right.
But Mario
Uh-huh.
had it locked down. Nobody messed with Mario. Mario's one of the craziest dudes, but he's
Yeah.
one of the best dudes too. Because on the real, that's why I respect him so much. I see Mario right before he passed away. And Mario seen me, he got excited. He used to call, like, I was Chuckler.
Okay.
His crew was Chuck City.
Okay.
But every time he used to see me, he used to go, Chuck City! Yo, boom! He used to show me mad love. But Mario didn't show a lot of people love. So before he died, he seen me, and he was like, yo, and he started digging in his pocket. I'm like, yo, Mario, what's up? You good? He pulled out $40. I was like, nah, Mario, yo, what you doing? Nah. He was like, nah, Freeze, yo, take this, please. You gotta take this money. I said, nah, man, I'm not gonna take your money, Mario. Mario basically thugged it on me. He made me take the money. He said, yo, Freeze, I just want to thank you for everything that you did for me, and I appreciate everything. He said, I wish I had more. That $40 was like he gave me 10,000. Because Mario wasn't no cat to really, Mario take yours. He ain't gonna
Yeah, take
give
it.
you yours. But my thing is, one thing about Mario, we used to do the parties, right? I'm talking about we carry the equipment from the building down to the van, text van,
Right.
take it to the block party, perform all night.
Right.
Then we got to pack it up, bring it home. And every time we come for the party, he would at least take us to White Castles. We get 4 hamburgers, no cheeseburgers, no fries, no sodas, 4 hamburgers. But I ain't gonna front. Them 4 hamburgers felt like a G back then, and I was coming back the next day. Yo, Mario, what you gonna do today? You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you another DJs that was down with Mario a little later on. Kid Capri,
Kid
Jazzy
Capri.
Joyce,
Yeah.
yes, they got down later too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all the founding DJs came from Mario. Now Cool Herc was uptown, right?
Okay.
Now Cool Herc was another one. Cool Herc had Cool Herc and the Herculoids.
Right.
The reason why they was living, because they was strong.
Oh, yeah?
You couldn't go and take their system. Any new jack come out with their system, they gonna either shoot your system up or they gonna pull out on you, they gonna pack your speakers and your amps in their vans and gonna take it. But they couldn't do that to Herc, and they definitely couldn't do that to Mario. Definitely couldn't do that to Mario. Mario was one of the illest, man. He was one of the illest, man. I miss
Yeah.
that brother. He was a good brother.
Right.
You got Karate Pete and all of them. That's
Right.
my peoples too. Official kung fu artist. Yo, crazy back in the day. I can tell you some ill stories. I don't know if they for this documentary.
Right.
They a little, I mean, like a lot of brothers ain't here, so they can't get indicted. But
Right.
it was serious, man. It was serious, man. I'm
Right.
talking about pulling cats' ears off and all that. Yo, it was real ill, man.
Yeah.
Word, right here at Finest, Western Beef over here.
Okay.
That used to be Finest. They used to have the 6 Corners barbershop, and they used to have a bar there too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that was like the headquarters for cats to get together. There, the bar here, Cozy Corner Bar was the celebrity joint, and Arthur's Round Table, Bronx River. And that's where all like the murders and all that stuff used to pop off. Because that's how they catch you when you hanging out, you know what I'm saying? But Mario was one of the strongest in the game. He was one of the first in the game, and he lent Bambaataa his system to do Bambaataa's first party. First joint.
So, wow, that's just a lot of history, man. So,
Talking about the Theodore flashback, Monroe.
Oh yeah. That's
That's
when.
when Theodore used to handcuff.
Yep.
Theodore did
Mario
what?
was like,
He was the first one to cut with the handcuffs on.
Who? Theodore?
That was Theodore.
Okay.
And he did that with Mario.
Yeah.
He was down with Mario when he did
and
that.
the lights was rocking.
Yep.
Okay.
This is before the Galaxy 2000, when they shot up the equipment and all that. It was before that. Before the T-Connection, all of that. But T-Connection was popping too. And this area, let me tell you something. Back then, this area,
Right.
everybody stuck together and we traveled all over. See, cats from across town couldn't come over here. Cats from uptown wasn't coming here. A lot of cats from here was going uptown. This area, he was going everywhere. Celebrity Club, 371, yo, the Galaxy 2000, the T-Connection, and we would all posse up. We had a cab station called Parkway,
Okay.
and they used to make jokes. They used to be like, yo, Freeze, you coming up here with these limousines, because we come with like 4 or 5 Parkway cabs deep, the red cars, when we go to the T-Connection. You know what I mean? But everybody rolled strong in groups back then. You know what I mean? Because our thing was, we loved the art of music. We wanted to go do our music. But now, certain brothers in the clique had to make sure that we got there safe, we got our money, and we got home safe. You know? And that whole system that we had, we got from Mario. Mario showed us how to be strong.
Wow.
He was the organizer. And Bam got a lot from him. And you see where Bam is at now.
Right.
Zulu Nation's all over the world, worldwide. The Zulu Nation is the child of the Black Spades.
So the Zulu Nation came later, right? So when you saying when Jazzy J started with Mario, there was no Zulu Nation.
No.
As far as you know, there was no Zulu
I was
Nation.
there. No.
Right.
Listen, I was in Jazzy J house one day.
Right.
I used to bug Jazzy J, yo, let's practice. We used to get in little problems because I used to bug him, wake him up, yo, come on, we gotta practice, you know, we was open for the music. And then one day I was in J house and some dude came up from Bronx River Center, he knocked on Jazzy's door at Bronx River. And dude said, yo, Bam wanna see you downstairs. So Jazzy just ran out the house. He left me in his house, he ran downstairs, and that's when he got with Bam. But we wasn't, at that time, we was practicing for Mario. I was practicing for Mario and really for us.
And do you remember what years this is that Jazzy was doing it with Mario?
Yo, listen,
Remember
this
what
is
years?
70s, man.
70s?
Like 76. This was like
76.
right before the blackout.
Yeah,
Right before the blackout.
77.
The blackout was 77.
That's what I heard. Like I heard somebody say they remember the Zulu after the blackout.
Right.
It was
There you go.
after the blackout.
So
78, 79.
why would? But then they say the Zulu started in '73.
Bullshit. 78, 79.
Nah, but see, listen. No, this is what it was. You can't say the Zulu started in 70.
Wow.
But Bam,
Right.
listen, hold up. Bam was a black spade.
Right.
So they consider that starting the Zulu.
Oh, they
Because
consider
the
right.
black
Okay.
Zulus came from the black spades.
The organization. He said he started the organization in '73.
There you go. He
So,
said the organization.
that was-
He didn't say Zulu. He said the organization.
Young Spades and Baby Spades that made up the organization.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
So why do you just say that? Like
Mario.
let it be known that Spades started hip hop. I mean, we trying to do
Yeah.
this for our pioneers, for our, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Spades was it. And I'm telling you, rest in peace. My man, rest in Hawk from Monroe. Beast. Bronxdale was full of beasts. Because I'm telling you, Soundview used to have the karate school.
okay.
So we had straight ninjas over there. So Bronxdale started having their karate school.
Okay.
And rest in peace to my brother Blackjack.
Okay.
Blackjack used to live over here.
Right.
His sister Shirley, his brother Mooka Cleveland. You know what I mean? They was in the karate school with me. And I was the baby. Blackjack's older than me. Blackjack, Husky-O, you know what I'm saying? My man, rest in peace, Jeff Sherrod, you know what I'm saying? We all was in karate school first. And we was training to protect our neighborhood.
Right.
And
right.
we got that from Mario. Because our thing was stealing mopeds, making these mini bikes. Like you see these kids come with the dirt bikes now.
Right.
We had the ill joints. We had the joints with the shoestring,
Right.
with no brakes, and our joints did like 90 miles an hour. You know what I mean? So that's how we escaped from our hood. Because you know, Soundview is the edge of the water next to the killing field.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So that's how we used to get out. That was our escape. We build those bikes and we jet over here. Come over to Bronxdale, see Mario. Mario's like, yo, where y'all get them bikes from? It's like, yo, we made it. They was like, word? They had a store called Aid before Strauss, right there on Westchester Square.
Okay.
So we used to go there, buy chains, and then we cut the chain to make it fit. We buy the clutches from them and take the lawnmower blade off. And we was making bikes out of that. So Him, Jazzy J was another one. They were so blown away about how we was doing the mini bikes, and we was escaping our hood, that we branched out and we followed the music wherever it go. Just like a little kid hear the ice cream truck and he run to go find it. When we come out in the morning, we listen. We listen for the music and we follow it. And we follow it right over here to Mario. But Mario came and seen us back in the day. He seen us on the mini bikes. Jazzy J seen us on the mini bikes, and they came and they was intrigued by that. So we got mad cool.
So was Mario ever throwing jams in Soundview at all? Do you remember that?
Yeah. He used to throw parties in front of my building, in a little park, in front of 541.
Okay.
If you look on Facebook and all that, some people put that up. You know what I mean? Mario used to come from here, bring his system over there. See, Mario was the illest. He didn't care. He could bring his system to Soundview. Soundview was the murder capital of the Bronx. The killing fields, you see all them fields? Used to be full of bodies. Body parts, the whole 9 yards. Me as a kid, I used to hang out in the fields to get away from these old dudes. Because like I used to have the Black Spades Clubhouse as my building. So I was a big fat kid, young. You know what I'm saying? They used to snatch me up, give me pink belly. I ain't gonna front. They used to fuck me up a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I never was bitter about it. That should help me grow to be the man I am, and that should help me survive these whole streets everywhere. Because there ain't nowhere in the Bronx I ain't been. And a lot of times I've been by myself or been one person. And every section, you see how this area is set up. Soundview, Monroe, Classen Point, the Army Barracks right there. Bronxdale. All this was gangs. So this side, at one time, this side of Bronxdale had beef with this side of Bronxdale. You know what I'm saying? So it was serious, man. It was serious. Yo, tell Flowers where we at. Mario was my mentor. I knew Mario before band.
And wait, when they was coming to Soundview, they was getting power. Where was they getting power from? The apartments or the street lights or what?
Nah. Yo, sometimes we would get it out somebody's window. But what we used to do, we used to take the light pole. And Oil Can Harry, which is James Tyler, which is Little Starsky, which band named Akbar, he used to be the one that helped me build the bikes. So he was bugged with the technical stuff. He used to take apart the light pole, and we can see the light pole right there. I can show you. You open up the box, there's a fuse inside. You take the fuse out, and then you put the wall socket fuse in, and you run all the power from the lights. So we used to tap into the light poles to get our sound system to get the power to work the sound system.
Who exactly would you say started that? Do you know who started that?
I can't see exactly who started, but I'm telling you, in Soundview we did it. James Tyler did it for us. Little Starsky did it for us.
Little Starsky.
And he was down with Mario since the beginning too. You know what I mean?
So these are all spades. These are all spades.
Yeah, but me and James was too little for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they just liked us because we had so much creativity, man. I told you, we was taking lawnmowers. Taking the engine off, taking the blade off, putting them on a bike frame and making mini bikes out of it. So it was bugging off us. And James Tyler was the one that was tapping into what's the name? He was tapping into the light poles to get the juice.
What about that middle grass over there in Soundview? You know
the horseshoe.
The horseshoe. Y'all had jams there? No?
Yeah, we did.
In the middle, right?
But the horseshoe was like murderous. You know what I'm saying? Because you go in one way and you only can come out the other. So what happened was, it's like this horseshoe right here. When you come in on this side, see, the only difference is y'all got an outlet. When you come in on one side, people watch the cars that come through. If they don't know your car, they'll catch you in the back of the horseshoe. Next to the fields, and you can't make it out.
You know
what I'm saying? And they'll make you go up in the fields, and catch go in the fields and never come back. And you see, the fields connects all of this. You can go to Lafayette, go to the fields, to Soundview, go all the way to Hardin Park. Now, Hardin Park in the Bronx, people don't know, those were trailer parks back in the days. Well, for the white trash, the older people, the white people, they all lived on the water. Now it's called Shore Haven. Now it's luxury condos. But back then it was a trailer park. People didn't know we had trailer park in the Bronx, in Soundview. You know what I'm saying? But back then, this is before Roots came out. And you can check the year on that. Well, any blacks go over there, they would chase you out, try to kill you. So that's why the gang element came in too, because we had to protect ourselves from the outsiders, protect ourselves from the white boys. Then they had the Savage Nomads, the Chingalings, the Savage Skulls. Those were mostly Hispanic gangs. But at that time, our areas was predominantly black. Bronxdale, Bronx River, Soundview, even Monroe. You know, each project had maybe like 1 or 2 white families. That's it. But we was cool with them, you know what I mean? Because they lived with us and they grew up in it, you know what I'm saying? Like in Soundview on my side, we had the Tucker family, you know what I'm saying? Johnny Tucker and his sister Jenny and them,
Right.
you know, and they was cool. They went through it. They had some things happen, but they couldn't go nowhere. That's where they lived. So, you know, we all got cool.
So you saying like, you said something earlier, you said like, first it was like Bronxdale, Soundview. I know that was the first two really, right?
Yeah,
Bronxdale,
yeah.
Soundview. Then came, we would say Monroe, and then after that came Bronx River.
Nah, Bronx River was a little before Monroe. And Bronx River, look, you gotta understand, Bronx River was in the equation with us. The nucleus of Soundview and Bronx River was Bronxdale because of Mario.
Okay.
Mario was cool with Bam because he made Bam a spade.
Would you say like everybody came to the Dale? Dale was like the spot where everybody came to?
Everybody couldn't come to the Dale, but the Dale came to everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Dale came to everybody. But Bam used to come over here, you know what I'm saying? And Bam used to come to Soundview too.